Hello everyone and welcome to my third podcast. My guest tonight will be Professor Khai.
Hello.
And DR Solid.
What's up, boys?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you two?
Not too bad.
I'm grand.
I just woke up, so if I still sound like a zombie, that's why.
You still sound like a zombie. Don't be passing out on this podcast.
No worries, I wouldn't miss it for a heartbeat.
Because I don't want to end up where I talk too much and then you fall asleep and it's like, oh, this guy keeps going
like,
on
this
and
guy
on.
Is so good at bedtime stories. Wow, I need to hire this man. No, it is totally fine. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm going to be reading Jack and Jill Go Up the Beanstalk. What
Oh,
else?
you know, the classics. With that,
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
You see, it
Humpty
works out.
Dumpty had a great big fall.
It works out, though. He had that sexy voice, so it works out, you know?
I know. I mean, everyone says it, you know. It's a hit with the ladies, so...
Oh,
yeah. Maybe most of my viewers are all female. It probably explains it.
Yeah.
Then maybe they just don't want to comment, but they just like seeing my voice.
You just attracted a whole new demographic right there, you know?
Oh, yeah, you know. I'm like the LL Cool J of MGO.
Oh my goodness. I'm kind of nervous though because I've been seeing these questions everywhere and I'm kind of like, this is going to be interesting to answer.
No, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Just be yourself, you know. I mean, Sentinel, when he was on, he was really nervous in the beginning. I'll admit, the first podcast I did in the beginning, I was really quite nervous. I was like sitting there going, today's my guests are Sentinel, Jumbo, and Sentinel was like, hey guys, hey, how's it going? It was so funny, but you know, once I edited it out, it was okay.
I can see that though. I mean, I guess the best way to kind of remove your nervous nature is just to be more well, just know what you're doing basically. And it's like the only way to do that is by just doing it, you know.
Yeah, I mean the podcast, it's nervous at the beginning, but once we get into it, it's great. You know, it's just a chat.
That's true. You kind of stop thinking about it like, oh, you know, we're just doing a really formal like podcast interview. But just think of it just like, hey man, we're just friends, dude, just talking, like it's chill.
I mean, this isn't CNN, so it's just between us. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Or the Jeremy Kyle show, or the Good Morning show, or whatever.
Right.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Kyle show. We're not going to have fights on the Jeremy Kyle show. For people who are living in America, going, what is the Jeremy Kyle show? It's basically like Jerry Springer.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was in America.
Yeah, well, he was in America, but nobody watched it because it was shit.
Right. Oh, damn.
So, it's not going to be like Jerry Springer.
Right?
I know.
So basically, don't be like that guy, is what you're saying.
Yeah, don't be like that guy. Anyway, let me get into the questions. So, my first question to both of you. So, I'll go with DR Solid first, because I keep asking, like, the top YouTubers, and I don't know, I don't want to show favoritism, so I'll start with DR Solid. So, DR, what was your favourite MGO moments?
Whoa, I have lots of favourite moments, but my most favourite is where I met Senator.
Okay.
My first time ever I met Senator, and it was when we done the letter ranking boosting.
Alright, explain more about that, yeah.
And it's before, like, I was going to quit MGO. Like, I was the so-called quitting MGO, and next know, my friend said, DR, we need your help. Come and help us. And I watched Senator's videos before I met him, and on that day, and I said, wait, is this Senator? Am I imagining things? Is Senator's name on the fucking screen here? And he says, yeah. I said, oh, Senator, I'm your big fan. Can I add you as a friend? He said, yeah, no bother. And then we done our letter ranking boosting, and then next later that day I messaged him saying, it's okay I play MGO with you. He said, no problem. Yeah, go ahead. And then, you know the rest of the story, Doc.
Oh yeah, I know the rest of the story, yeah. You become Sentinel's biggest fan, and other things, yeah. And
then we were friends.
Yeah.
For everybody in YouTube, I know me and Sentinel are friends, but you don't have to ask me 10 questions.
Yeah, I'll never forget that time we were in survival, and there was that person who was joining our survival team, and he was going, hey, you're DR Solid, aren't you? And you were just like keeping quiet, go, oh shit. And he was like, you're friends with Sentinel, aren't you? you're a cool guy and all this, and he was trying to be like friends with you because the only way to like get in touch was being friends with you to be friends with him, and like just really sucking up to you. It was so painful, and the guy sounded like Saddam Hussein.
It's almost like I'm the one who has to introduce these people to Senator. Almost like I'm Senator.
Like you're the gateway, like you're the bouncer to the nightclub that is Sentinel right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Club Sentinel, yeah.
let me just look through his schedule real quick. I think I could fit you in at the 7 o'clock slot, you know? Oh, guess who just messaged me? Guess who just woke up today? Even later than
It just messaged you.
Oh, it's Zenford. He just can he still get in the call? Can he still hop on real quick?
Yeah. I mean, if I add him and he can still join in, he could join in halfway or so. Just tell him to get onto Skype really quickly.
Okay, yeah, he just got on Skype and I just added him on there too.
Yeah, just add him onto here. It'd be great.
And my other favorite moment is when I done my first live stream with Senator.
Yeah.
Is where I think his title was streaming my fails. My favorite part in that part is where me and Senator were unique characters in Sabotage and Jay Forrest. I had some great times with him. And now he's gone. And now he's gone because these fucking Konami bastards.
Yeah.
Fucking retards.
I'll go with my favourite moment. I'm not going to talk about Cloudy the Kid again because, you know, I've explained the story twice.
Fucking perfect stance.
Yeah, people do. People don't want to hear it the same story twice. So I'll say a different story. One of my other favourite MGO moments was when it was me, you, Sentinel, Cameo Killer, Joe. I'm trying to think who else was there. Blackmount. And we were playing, what was it, in Blacksite? And then next thing you know, the game started off really fine.
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Yeah, and then,
that.
like, people, like, codex spamming, but they weren't supposed to be codex spamming. It was the game really glitching out, and it was just, like, you know, bullshit everywhere. Like, if someone said Central, if he says, follow me, and he just kept doing it on and on and on again. And there was people randomly dying, and I was getting, like, a plus 23 bounty, and all I was doing was just standing there. Yeah, and stuff was like really shit was hitting the fan. I'm sure a fan was in the background throwing knives or some shit because people were dying left, right, and centre. And I was passing out like half the time, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" So, my advice to people is, if you're listening, if you're playing a game, make sure the connection is really good, otherwise you get really good like bullshit that's happening.
You're a horse.
Just looking like some paranormal type stuff, real quick.
Yeah. It was definitely paranormal. I'm sure my disc was like haunted or something because everyone else was like really bad.
Yeah, I've never been stuck in a laggy match or like just a really awful match like that in a while. I've only had one case, and like literally the Walker Gears were just flying around the map with no drivers. And I was freaking the heck out. I literally backed out of the match as soon as I saw it too. I was like, I'm just not even gonna bother.
I think it was that kid. What's he called? He's basically Psycho Mantis in Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah. I'm sure that kid's like in the game or something, throwing walkies about everywhere.
Pretty much. It's like obviously someone has some extreme hatred for somebody right now. You know?
Yeah. Such a lust for revenge.
Pretty much.
Oh, I can't do it, but yeah. I'm just gonna ask. Ask a quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
Semford, are you there? Semford? I think Semford's talk.
I'm here. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, hello, Semford.
Okay.
Nice for you to join in.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, no problem.
How are you anyway?
Doing pretty good. Just woke up, like literally just woke up.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the very quick schedule, but.
No problem.
I'm a busy man, so yeah. We'll just talk about MGO favorite moments.
MGO favorite moment. That sounds cool.
So go on, you answer whatever.
So wait, you want me to talk about my favorite moments for MGO?
Yeah, your favorite moments.
All right.
Perspective too.
So this was actually before the Red Nerf and. Basically, before the March update, it was gray ramparts on the dam. I had plushies set up. I 5-stud like pretty much the whole team, at that point, I had like the red knob. I was getting some quick no scopes. I had a few box stuns. It was really intense though, because like the whole team was in one spot. They were pouring in constantly, and I managed to take them all down. Sadly, I didn't get the Fulton them because I took a bit too long.
The biggest like tease ever, dude.
But like my accomplishment was like, oh man, I stunned all of these people. But
right, but it's just like, oh damn it, just cut it off right there. Basically, doesn't show what happens afterwards.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad I didn't get to record it, but
oh man.
I was going to say, you know, at times like that, you know, you see a lot of people playing lethal, and whenever you play non-lethal, like with a Renault or a Woo pistol, and there's nothing worse, say, if you get a stun or whatsoever, and then you have like a teammate that just runs up and kills them. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I mean, don't get me started on that. I mean, there's been times I try to full tone like a stunned opponent, and there's always that one guy who tries to, like, kill a stunned opponent, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Think about the team, not about yourself.
Yeah. That's a thing, too, and it feels like some people just don't know how to fold them. Like, I swear to God, some people just do not know how to fold them. Because they'll see a person unconscious on the floor and act like it's a new enemy or something.
Nah,
like, I swear these like pod players or something.
And people don't know how to use the fucking wormhole. What the buddy system does.
Buddy spotted everywhere, buddy spotted.
Yeah. Fucking buddy spawn, and you have a plus 20
last
bounty.
Minute
and you
buddy spawn when you're about the wormhole, too.
And all you get was a nice list.
Well, no, but see, I've actually been asked several comments in my videos, like, how do you wormhole hold them? Like, people literally just don't know how to, like, do certain tasks in the game. And, I mean, I don't blame them partly, because if you try looking inside the instructions for the game, there's literally nothing that talks about the wormhole holdings. You know, there's no, like, those little notes and loading screen or anything like that.
Konami didn't really done the best about wormhole. They already said, oh, look, we're adding wormhole. That's it.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
isn't that during, like, the loading screen?
No, it's not even there. Because I had a
it's
guy,
not even there.
Yeah, he was telling me about everything too. He was literally trying to search everywhere for information on it, but he couldn't figure it out, and so he eventually just googled it on YouTube, and that's when I asked him the question.
Wow.
But that's the thing, though, like, you know.
I think the thing is, though, with people not knowing how to wormhole Fulton is because they can't wormhole anyway, because they get randoms, and randoms usually buddy spawn anyway, so the option to do a wormhole is not there.
Yeah. Exactly. Probably don't even know that's even an option, honestly. You see someone else do it, and you're like, whoa, how the heck did you do that, you know?
Yeah, and they try and find out, but they just can't.
I wish Konami done something about the wormhole. I wish we get a 10 winning streak, and then we can automatically use the wormhole. But there's something, like, because people keep buddy spawn, and you're about to get a real high bounty, say name bounty hunter, and all you have to do is fucking rage, because you can do, because he's on your team. You'd love to fucking punch him and everything, but you can't do anything. All you have to do is just fucking live until the meter folds again, and meter folds again, he does the same.
I do. I guess I can kind of, like, I feel your point. But at the same time, too, with, like, the way the wormhole holdings are, they're so, like, I mean, once you launch it out, there's no way to get them out. Like, there's no way to really counter a wormhole holding, you know? So I guess it's kind of like a natural barrier that makes it harder to use. Simply because, like, once you use the wormhole holding, that's it. Like, you can't rescue anybody. And so I guess kind of you need something to kind of, like, balance it out, per se. Because if you make it too easy, then, I mean, it's just like, well, shit, you know, I'm going to just hold anybody I want. The reason why I like the wormhole holding a whole lot, though, is because, you know how you face those, like, MLG pro teams or whatever, and they're all, like, grouped up together watching each other's backs? That's literally the only way you're able to fold in like, high-level play. Because, I mean, you're usually not going to leave anyone in blind spots. So having a wormhole holding is the only way to really leverage it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, because, you know, if people play tactically, chances of getting a Fulton, it's more or less impossible, because, you know, all you have to do is just point up and shoot. Yeah, and the balloon is so high up in the air, you can more or less shoot it from anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
Unless you catch the team, like, really off guard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it'd have to be someone who's, like, right behind the team or something. So not someone who's in, like, front lines.
Yeah. Usually you would find someone that's behind your lines or whatever that's way too deep in your spawn or something like that. That's usually the most time you can feasibly do a Fulton. Unless you're playing with randoms or something, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Randoms will see your balloon in the air and they still won't pay attention to it. They just, like, let you fly away.
Yeah, especially if you're getting Fulton and your teammate just looks at you. He only just stands there and let you Fulton away, is it? Are you going to help me or what? And then he just does. Just looks at you, Fulton up.
Just kind of looks at you just like...
No, I also hate guys about teamwork. They always focus on one person. They don't focus who's getting Fultoned or who's getting interrogated. They always focus on one other enemy player. If you're calling for help and said, "Where's the help?" and all you guys are fucking, sorry for the language, are focus on one guy.
You're on your first warning, boy. I'm only joking. Carry on.
How dare you use explicit language in the podcast?
You know, this is a family-friendly show.
You know what?
Right, it wasn't yesterday. It wasn't yesterday, dog.
I wasn't yesterday, I'll tell you that.
I doubt that, fam.
Yeah, I just don't get it with the team, like random teams. You have a high bounty, 20 high bounty, say, like, and you're getting Fultoned. And all the team does, focus on one guy, and don't shoot at the balloon. All they do is fire about 1,000 bullets at one guy. And you're there calling for help and said, help me, and you fly away.
You want to know my favorite moment? It's whenever
someone's
golden
Go on, please.
You have a 20 bounty. This random ninja comes out of nowhere. You kill him, but the lag still blows you up anyway. So you're being Fulton punched. You're in the air. And your teammate is literally staring at the balloon, and instead of focusing on the balloon, he's like, "Oh hey, there's a plushie, there's some soldier on the floor, let me shoot him instead." And literally, he's right under your balloon. It just baffles me. It absolutely baffles me.
All of the wrong things just happened right there.
It's for real though. Like that's one thing I still can't get over is the suicidal like falcon punchers out there, you know. Like,
oh, don't get me started on them. Oh, especially when you're on, like.
Share.
They are on your team because when they first start off, they always just run around and try and punch people, and they'll end up with like 10 deaths, and then they eventually might get it, and then it's just when they go, "Yeah, I've got a Fulton," but it's like you die 10 times.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, you're basically just getting whatever you just lost.
Basically, you know.
Well, exactly.
What's the point?
And that's what gives like the non-lethal like crew the bad rep too, because it's kind of like, yeah, you're getting these Fultons, but you died like 50 times. You know, so it's like, was it really worth it? What were you really out there to do? You know what I mean? You're kind of like going out there suiciding yourself to death 20 times in a row for that one like solid bounty. You know, that you got like. So you have to find a good balance where if you're going like pure non-lethal, or if you're going like if you're trying to go a non-lethal route, you still want to kind of be more on the defensive. So I notice whenever I do non-lethal like runs, like if I go too aggressive with it, like if every person I'm stunning, I'm like, I'm trying to get that Fulton, you're gonna die so many times because you think that like the coast is clear, and then boom, someone spawns somewhere and you're instantly taken out. So you still have to be kind of tactical with it too, you know.
Yeah, you have to be like really careful whenever you're trying to Fulton a high level bounty sometimes.
Oh hell yeah. I mean, they got
one page.
Usually.
We go sit down.
One place you need to be careful with trying to get Fultons is Core Complex. Core Complex is a horrible place for spawn points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would definitely agree with that.
The HQ is right at the bridge. If you're Fulton someone, you can easily shoot that Fulton.
It's a snipe for heaven, is what that place is. Like literally, it's a snipe for heaven.
I don't know. It's one of my favorite maps, though.
Yeah, I love it.
I love Core Complex, but I don't like the spawn points in Bounty.
At
least they put the.
I think it's just how the map is designed is why the spawn points are like that.
Because it depends on how you infiltrate too. Because me personally, I don't do a lot of sneaking around in Core Complex. So whenever I get spawned on like the bottom portions, and I'm getting myself wrecked in like the ass for somebody, I usually get just even more angry because I'm like, God, now I gotta get up the stairs. I gotta run back up here. But like I understand the spawn points because I mean it's a 2-tiered level. There's the top floor, which is all the stuff is going down, but there's still also the bottom deck where you can kind of flank around and get to different areas too. So
Yeah.
I guess it makes more sense.
People are actually oblivious to the bottom floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that because Coral Complex, it's got there's a lot of strategies that could go with it. You could go run and gun, you could go sneaking around on the bottom floors, you can sniper on the roofs, you can either be a sniper on the towers beside. It's amazing how many people don't find snipers on the towers, like on each side, because they always think it's always on the roof, but they never look at the towers. And it's
that's
so
true.
amazing.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I never really did think about that.
People are usually dead on PC when it comes to those towers, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I just on a PC because that aim is just crazy, dude. Like on console, like even whenever I used to upload like montages and stuff, I always got the same comment. It was like, man, if you're on PC, you would have gotten wrecked so hard. And I'm just like, damn, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't really like that.
All about that PC master race.
There you go, man. You can't fuck with a mouse and keyboard, you know.
There's another thing I want to say about Complex. It's a death trap.
The death trap? What's
Yeah,
that?
because people get suicide real quick. Suicide easy.
We're trying to do that hard.
Especially that support platform. If you want to go down to the second floor, you slide off the rail and fall to your death.
I do talking
Even
about.
in
Really heat the moment, you know, you kind of slip off a little bit. But I bet you won't.
Especially
see
go
it the
down,
second time. Yeah, that memory.
Especially you go down the stairs on the bridges and you still fall off of him.
Oh yeah. I mean, it'll definitely test your skills. Okay.
Just like died spam off the ledge, and you just die.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen
I've
people.
done that one.
I've seen people hand on ledges and use that CQC button. You know when somebody's nearby and they start walking near the ledge and then you can grab them and throw them off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The amount of times I've actually seen that in Cloak and Dagger is unbelievable. It's such a good tactic because I mean people don't expect it. They always think you're like on the bottom floor, especially in Cloak and Dagger.
Oh,
So when people are looking around and go, "Where's he at? Where's he at?" and the next you know, they just get flung like right into the water.
Oh, that's like the best too. I love that.
A free swimming lesson from TSG. I've done it before, so.
Basically, closest we got to a beach level. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Take on vacation real quick.
Swimming level 2.
Guys, I actually don't get this. If our characters are best soldiers, say MGO soldiers, why can't we swim?
Well, okay, let me put it this way. The infiltrators have the best chance of swimming because they lightweight, right? But the enforcer, you got like a light machine gun, you got like 50 kilograms of like...
Yeah, exactly.
rocket
You're not gonna
launch
be
and
swimming
all
in that. You're gonna be fucking drowning.
He's drowning hella quick. But at least
Yeah,
like,
same,
the
yeah.
infiltrators swim around, you know?
Then again, they probably like die from shock because there's sharks in the water.
But there's another thing as well, and it's in realistic terms. I mean, have you seen the height of Coral Complex? If you fall into the water from that height, you are dead. That's more or less hitting concrete. There's no chance you'd survive that.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's true. Whenever you crash into water that high up, that's crazy. Well, I never had too much experience with it. Cause, I mean, I know whenever you want to dive, you want to, of course, like not be like flat, like increase your surface. You want to like make sure you're really narrow, like you're sharply like getting through the water. But I don't know too much as far as like how high up you can be before that water just breaks your bones and stuff. You know. Yeah, that's
I mean,
crazy.
I've seen like Olympic diving gone wrong, and I've seen people do like no, I've seen people like to add more to your point. I've seen people do like a 25 feet dive, and there was this one guy who was doing like a dive, but it went so horribly wrong. He landed on his back instead of narrow. He landed on his back, and no word of a lie, he had like red all over his back, like just from the impact. It was quite horrible.
Yeah, that's a lot of force.
It is an MGO.
Oh man, that's brutal.
No, it's not an MGO. It
No,
was
no,
in
this is real
all
life.
bits.
Like you know.
Oh yeah, really, yeah.
Because I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
what he did. He got his setup wrong, and the next thing you know, he landed on his back. I mean, from that height. I mean, I've been to like Olympic diving centres, you know, back in my college days, and the height from there it's no surprise that it would hurt.
I wouldn't want to imagine because the closest I've had experience to it is like cliff diving. You know, whenever you're next to a waterfall and stuff like that. But even that got me just. I'm good. I'm fine. I mean, the only reason why I can swim is because I have my fat keeping me floating in there, you know? So, golly, I can't imagine. But, I mean,
Anyway,
overall, I
I'm
like
going to
Coral
ask.
Complex, yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say, but yeah, overall though, like I do love Coral Complex. I mean, I have a special connection too because like I low key named it too. It's like just feel like it's a cool map anyway.
Yeah, it's a very cool map compared to Azura Mountain. Does anyone here actually like Azura Mountain? Seriously?
No.
No.
Azura Mountain is the worst map to come out on MGO.
It's just
don't-
so lazy. Like, the design is so lazy. I can imagine Konami in Japan going, right, we're going to need a new DLC, we're going to need new maps. What can we think of? Corral Complex? Sounds good. Rust Palace? Yeah, sounds good. Let's make a mountain. Okay, so is it going to be like a really large map? Kind of, but it's just, there's nothing to it. And
No,
they'll
they're
sit
just
there
gonna
going, well, yeah, and they'll just sit there and just going, I think this would be a good idea. And as soon as the map came, it was faulty from the start. I mean, sabotage. I mean, wasn't the bomb so close to the spawn points? And it was just such a bad idea.
Well, I mean,
And the worst
like,
part,
Like, the whole map can see that Fulton.
Yes.
yeah, his worst point ever to put a missile is on top of the fucking mountain where people can see the missile.
Well, yeah, and
There's
people
no
can
blind
snipe
spots.
it.
There's no blind spots anywhere. Well, I mean, it's just like there's no. I do know with MGO maps, there's really not a lot of balance. Like it's just like a straight up just a map, and you put people in spawn points all around the place. There's no real balance to it. I mean, like one side, I just love the way they advertise it because they were like, oh yeah, you know, there's this huge mountain, so it means like snipers will want to fight for this spot. But it's just, there's no like I don't know, there's no good balance with the map, and that's why I think I partly hate it too because it's like there's a big old giant mountain, and you have this open playing field on the bottom part of it, and I don't know, I just don't really fuck with it.
It was like
It's
back
not
in MGO2. MGO2 was quite balanced. You had like maps like Midtown Maelstrom. That was quite like mid-range, long-range. You had, was it called Hazard House? Was it the mansion? Yeah, and that was all close range. That was like all, you know, shotguns, flashbangs ran corners and all that. But you've got maps now, which is all, there's no balance to it. There's no like one class could do better in this map than the other. Like Jade Forest is supposed to be all about, you know, sniping, but it's all about shooting up close. It defeats the purpose of that map.
Yeah, like J4 is all about sniping and sneaking. That's it. It's not good for enforcers.
Well, exactly. I mean, Enforcers are slow as fuck, especially in that map.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like, well, I'm just trying to think of their choices in these maps though. Like, okay, it's like Rust Palace, I was kind of like, okay, cool, because it was the closest I could get to getting like the Hazard House or like, you know, the Kotaku Mansion. Which, I mean, I don't know why they didn't pick Kotaku Mansion because that was such a good dynamic map to use.
I tell you why, because they think it's not going to work out.
Let me
Because
guess.
it's too
Too
small
much
and
effort. Too much
I think
effort.
the
Because
philosophy
it's too
is
small. It's too small indoors. All I said, all you have to do is make an extension onto the bloody mansion. Open one room. That's all. But no, they're too lazy.
It doesn't have to be always indoors. It could be the surrounding area as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's brilliant place. I think what's it called? Lufal Valley Mansion, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
that look fun.
the
Mountain
jungle looks
Valley?
like, yeah.
It's
classy,
nice
yeah.
for it'd be nice for sniping and CQC and like infiltrators, kind of enforcers. But Konami's just too lazy. They don't care about the fans. They only care about money.
Exactly.
I think
especially
the
with that
philosophy.
Pachinko. Go on, Sanford.
Oh, Pachinko. The philosophy for their map designing is, I feel like they're not going to use the maps from other MGOs specifically based on the lore or the time period that they are in, which is why they're not going to design those old maps.
Yeah.
I had
I was going to say one thing. Added to Sanford's point, you know, about like time periods and all that. Nobody has noticed this, and this has been bugging me for a long time. How comes in the 1980s, which is MGS5, right? You know, when it's set with MGO, right? How comes wormholes exist? But in MGS4, there's no such thing as wormholes.
Oh god,
I mean,
they just
nobody
gotta
has
pick and
seemed to notice
choose
this.
what kind of technology is going to be too out there.
You know, that would kind of like change a lot of plot points for MGS in general. If wormholes.
I can imagine it like, you know.
At the same time, I mean, you got cardboard boxes and stuff too. It's just like whatever, man.
Where's my love box? God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine stuff like Metal Gear Solid 1 if wormholes exist? It's like Snake. You must go take out Metal Gear Ricks. Okay, just take a wormhole. Just go straight there, take a skinner, shoot it. That's it. Leave.
You could wormhole just wormhole the darn Metal Gear.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Or like, okay, for instance, the little Bolton launcher bazooka you can get on your Walker gear, or like now they're gonna make one for your like a handheld rocket launcher that shoots Boltons.
Yep.
Like, oh my god, dude. It's just like, but that sounds like that's what the staple of Metal Gear is too. Like, you have your serious business, and then you have like the random like gag items you can kind of do too. You know?
Yeah, like the solar gun from MGS4.
Yeah. Exactly.
Plushies, man. Plushies.
I still think it's funny how they had to change the dirty magazines into plushies, though. Like, they had to make it. Let's make it more, you know. For example, even, whatchamacallit, what was the other game before that took place historically before MGS5? It was, Peace Walker? They had, like, the box tanks, the cardboard box tanks in there, too.
Oh, yeah, remember that. They had, stunned box, where if someone come near the box, they get stunned.
Yeah, just like random junk like that. But like they had one. I still think that like I still don't get how they downgraded so bad in MGO. I hate to be one of those guys, but like even for Peace Walker, they had like the co-op missions and stuff, and literally you could have all 4 people cooperatively work together to make like the super weapon and stuff like that, and all this crazy like stuff, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, to add further to your point, you know, I mean, Metal Gear Solid's always been built on seriousness, but also silliness. You know, you've had guns like, you know, an M4 gun, but you can have a gun like the Solar Gun. But the thing is, though, I mean, by the time of MGS5, I mean, I'll say it again, it's like they don't follow the series well. I mean, again, the 1980s, you got wormholes, but by 2017 or something, there's no such thing as wormholes. And I'm like... Yeah. Seriously, Konami, this is your game. You need to follow your rules. You can't just make it up as you go along.
It's like they had so many games. It's just like, how are we able to balance the lore and the gameplay mechanic and guns? It's just like
because didn't they also say that the parasites were like the predecessors to the nanomachines or whatever?
Parasite stuff.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't with the nanomachines, Kyle. It was Skullface just has his stuff that he takes away the other language and in English language or something. I don't know. I think it's just Skullface. You know, he's like just a mad bastard.
Oh, you know Skullface. It's just being him, you know.
Yeah, I mean, come on, look at Skullface. You know, he's just a nice guy, really. I mean, I know he's tortured a few people. He's put a bomb up someone's vagina. But come on. I'm just going to say this. Who hasn't put a bomb up someone's vagina? You know what I mean?
Skullface.
You know, when that thing's about to blow and all that shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Little troublemaker. No, it's funny, though. Like, what was I going to say? I do say I'm so... If Konami does add another DLC and they add Skullface, I would be pretty hyped. I'm not even gonna lie. Just seeing those shotguns in action, like
Skullface confirmed as a unique character.
I love if they
hamburger flavored fiddles.
I actually love if they add Skullface in. Oh my god, it'd be brilliant. And imagine the special ability is to use the parasites, so no one can use their guns or anything.
Well, I think the parasites could make people like, I don't know, remember back in MGS4, MGO2, you know when Liquid Ocelot used to do that burn guns up the pages and everyone started vomiting and rolling around and having a seizure and all that shit. I can imagine the parasites having a similar effect of that.
That would be pretty sick.
Or like within certain radius people die or something, I don't know.
Confession right now, I've never played MGO2. Kinda sad.
Oh, don't worry, me either. I've just seen videos of it, and like that was one of the specific like unique characters I saw. That's one thing that's different too. Like they have a crap ton of unique characters in MGO2, and we got like one for each class. You know.
I think it was Mei Ling, Old Snake, Raiden, Vamp, Ocelot.
Yeah.
Really? Am I the only person that actually played MGO2?
And Johnny.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Johnny, Dave.
What?
This.
One thing I liked about the uniques in MGO2, though, they all have balances. You had people like Johnny, he couldn't be affected by liquid ocelot, and he had that anti-material rifle, but the gun was so powerful it can kill people in one hit. But after like 3 kills, he'd start like shitting his pants and going, "Oh no, I can't do this or that." Liquid ocelot, he had like that passive ability. He was more of a support role. But now the game's just basically, it's all, pick a unique and just cause havoc. Yeah.
Just gonna ricochet some people because I'm a fag like that.
Basically, well, I do kind of wish, let's say, something like, for instance, Ocelot's ricochet bullets, at least you can get out of a box, kind of like unmark yourself and you'll be fine. But with like Snake's Fist, and I understand, like, you're supposed to be overpowered, supposed to be like this super, like, pro status, like, champ or whatever. But literally, I wish there was a way you could at least shoot down the fist, or like do something to kind of counter the fist. Because once you see it in the air, you're basically screwed. Even if you dive out blown up.
Just use the grenade, though, Professor. Just use the grenade, and Snake's arm just disappears.
I mean, it's definitely harder to control the rocket on PC, but like, if they got a controller, they're fine.
There's one character really needs to nerf is Quiet.
I do remember seeing what's his name, Nidoru, Sippy Bear, on the subreddit. Golly, like literally when I say I think you were with me, DR. We're in like the core complex match or whatever, and we faced against that, and literally you couldn't escape it because one of the combos you can do is you can do the quick dash that puts you invisible for a second. And while you're in the middle of the dash, you can just melee. As long as you pass it during that window or whatever, you can melee, and so you're able to tackle anyone down. And once they're meleeed down, you just throw that stun grenade real quick, or like a regular grenade or whatever.
You're talking about my friend Ziffy Bear, is it?
Yeah, we played again.
Yeah, she's pretty good. I mean, I had a sniper duel with her, and if she's listened to this, I won that sniper duel. It wasn't laggy bullshit. Stop making excuses up. But yeah, she's a good player, but yeah, I see a lot of people on the subreddit were giving a lot of shit about that, saying you just cheese with it. All you do is kick and throw a stun grenade and all that.
The picture of like the leaderboard and stuff, right? That was all quiet.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
Lots of bad comments. Yeah.
Well, because it's like there's not really a good way to reliably counter it. Because I even tried doing stuff like equipping my box real quick while I'm on the floor, but because of the stun damage from her kicks, there's just the stun damage from the grenade alone is still effective and it'll still stun you. So it's like once you're at that point, you're basically just screwed over.
Oh yeah,
more
definitely.
or less. People think Quiet is OP is because of her insane speed. Like, oh, she's
Quiet's OP were speed and a fucking semi-automatic sniper rifle.
Oh yeah, it
is kind of hell on PC.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, the one thing I hate about that semi-auto sniper rifle as well, once you get hit, you flinch anyway.
Yeah.
So if you get hit, you're dead because all they have to do is just aim and shoot.
Oh yeah,
and especially if you've got someone like Quiet who's got like perfect accuracy.
No,
that's it.
I was just in a match actually a few days ago, or like a week ago, I think, about a week ago, with Bailey Penn on the Reddit too, and like he saw it too. Like legit, you don't have to zoom in or anything. You just get up close, like it's like a regular semi-automatic like machine gun, and you just blowing people up. And because I was playing on Amber Station, and I literally just stood on my side of the map, and anytime anyone crossed that line, I just kept shooting them. Like I just spammed my gun and it kept hitting them. And like your accuracy is so well that you can easily just take people out like that. So I had like
it's a sniper, LMG, and a shotgun at the same time.
Yes, it really is. That place
does weapons pass Metal Gear.
I just wanted to say, Quiet should already have the M2000D, not that gun. She already should have that M2000D sniper rifle. And the runoff, that's all. Not that semi-automatic gun. You can't even defend yourself against that, because, like you said, Doc, she has perfect accuracy, and you flinch. You can't defend yourself against that gun.
Yeah, you can't counter it. That's what I'm trying to say.
One thing though,
yeah.
I forgot. Was I playing with ShootDR whenever we were doing that patch 112 video or whatever? And like I think at one point, the Snake had dropped their light machine gun, and then a Quiet had picked it up. I don't think I was playing Quiet at the time. But I always wanted to figure out: does the accuracy still affect other weapons too, or is it just the sniper rifles? Because if it affects other machine guns, that's pretty intense.
I think, remember that time and someone CQC you, Professor.
Yeah,
I took your gun. I was quiet. I took your gun.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And
did you sound good accuracy?
her accuracy with the assault rifles can go away a bit. But it's almost like she has only have good accuracy with sniper rifles, not with the assault rifles.
Oh wow, that's good. I was worried that like it was just OP all across the boards. You know, like any weapon that she picked up would just have perfect accuracy in general, which would be just crazy broken. Because you can get like a UN arc and you can just go to town. You know.
Oh, but that's just me on a daily basis, though, with a UN arc. Even Central said, shit, TSJ, your UN arc skills are just beyond this world. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Okay, if you can use a UN arc, if you can reliably get headshots with a UN arc or a woo, if you can get reliable headshots with a woo, that's it. Like, I keep telling people, that's it. Like, you're done. Like, you just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I always used to get headshots of UN arc and also. I don't want to, blow my own trumpet, but I think I was pretty good with the gun. Anyway, I need to ask a question because the time's getting on.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
I'm going to ask a question to each of you, and this is going to be the last question because it has been quite a long time, this. So I'll start with Semford. Semford, What is your future projects in the future after MGO?
Future project? Well, it's been a while since I've MGO, so if I'm going to get back into it, if I will get back into it from like a major patch, I'd definitely be playing scrims if it actually comes back and all this other stuff. But for now, nothing really.
Oh well. It was very, like a pessimist answer, going, oh well, if it's patched, I might, but that's it. But it's okay, Sim, it's okay. DR, what is your future projects after MGO?
Say, like, what games I'm going to play?
Yeah, like what games, or if you're going to do a YouTube channel, possibly, do whatever.
I posted up a video there 2 days ago.
Oh, snap.
What of?
A CQC battle.
Oh, yeah, I did see that get tagged on the PSN, whatchamacallit. What's the name of the channel, though?
It's on my channel. DR Solid 97 is still the same, but the Solid has short letters because YouTube's like.
Oh yeah, I already take a name and stuff.
I mean, we're gonna need more MGO YouTubers because I said this to Professor Khai on a private message. I said MGO is dying and so is YouTubers, and there is a lack of YouTubers for MGO. I mean, you got people like Sentinel, he's gone. You got Perfect Stealth, he's gone. You got.
Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Oh man, I definitely do YouTube, but due to the limitations of my hardware, I can't do it.
I was going to say, this is starting to become the running gag. Every episode, there's going to be at least one Perfect Stealth diss. Maybe from me, maybe from a guest. It's going to happen, people, if you're listening. It's going to happen.
Can I say something, Doc? Perfect Stealth, you listen, you're a jackass. I fucking hate you. I never forgave you what you called my good mentor, former mentor, Senator. Yeah, German you're a fucking motherfucker. Yeah, you shouty bastard.
Oh,
personally, I have no opinions on Perfect Stealth, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just kind of seen the feud that's been going down. I haven't really honestly, I've never even talked to the kids, so I don't even really know.
I've only caught him at least once. And that was only to try and get him on fucking PC scrim, but.
Oh right, yeah.
I just watched his video, guys. All right, he's blaming the MGO community for the game,
and it's like, how do you ruin a full game?
How do you ruin? How do you ruin a game? And fucking Konami doesn't do anything.
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. But some people listen to me, but some people say, "Oh no, he's right." But it's like, are you really thinking he's actually right, or are you just trying to suck up to him because he's quite famous on MGO? I'm just being serious.
He's not famous, guys. Like you said yesterday, Doc. He's a Metal Gear guy. A Metal Gear guy.
Yeah.
He's fucking not a Metal Gear guy.
He's not the Metal Gear guy.
If he's the Metal Gear guy, he'd be playing all the previous Metal Gears. He never done that.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I said it on my podcast before. This is my last thing I'm going to say because I don't want to get too much into it. But Perfect Stealth, if you're listening to this podcast yet again, please reply to my comments about a 2 versus 6, or even I'll give you a 1 versus 1. But seriously, grow a pair of balls again.
Yeah,
Anyway.
fucking jackass.
Anyway, Professor Khai, what is your future projects?
I didn't answer that, my
Actually,
future
I just
question.
realized I didn't even answer the other question about like my favorite moments or whatever.
Oh, yeah, go.
No, you did. You said about like the Fulton punching and going, oh, it's so bullshit and all that, but...
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to say, like, okay, you know the Box Fortress video or whatever? Like, where they were in, like, cardboard boxes or whatever? And
Oh, yeah,
like,
I saw
rooms?
that.
And literally, we actually won every match we did in it.
Oh,
And I was like...
yeah, I remember that.
Because literally what happened... I don't know what we did. If we did, like, a custom lobby, if it was an auto match or something.
I think it was custom lobby.
Yeah,
I think it was custom.
Already on the desktop.
Because I remember it was Snake and Ostad on each team, yeah.
Yeah. So it was definitely a custom lobby then. But no, like, we just all hit in the same box, and then, like, Snake kept getting, like, these rocket punch kills, and it was just hilarious to me. But, like, it was good. I mean, honestly, that, or, like, any of the matches where I was just with you guys in the lobby, it was all pretty much fun. You know, I had a good time. Heck, even when we did, that's why I kind of miss having Central there, too, just because we always had this group dynamic going on. And then now that, like, people are kind of, like, slowly leaving, it's kind of like, oh, but damn. But,
Yeah, the good times are over.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, you know, he said the good times are over. That's it.
Well, I don't know.
Something
Well,
to PS4.
I know he's probably listening now. He's probably listening this later on. But I don't think it's over yet for him. I know he said, "Oh, I sold the copy," but I don't think it's over yet. If Konami brings something big to MGO, you never know. He might come back.
Yeah, but I don't think he's going to pay back for a copy just to play a patch or something like that. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I was going to say more than likely, like, a fan or, like, someone's just going to buy the game for him. Because it's going to be so cheap pretty soon.
I just want to say one more thing on the podcast, and I'm just saying it in defense of him anyway. Please, people, I know he's doing an MGO podcast or whatever, but please don't beg him to come back to MGO or make more MGO videos. He's done. He's retired. Please just leave the guy alone.
And guys,
that's what I just want to say.
Did you watch Dennis's video? MGO The Last. Look at that video, please. And please don't send me messages saying is Dennis coming back.
And one more other thing, Sentinel is not dead. I know we saw Professor Khai's video of reviews, and I have seen people comment on it going, "Rest in peace, Sentinel." And I don't know how, but how does translating from retired mean dead? Seriously. Please don't talk about saying he's dead.
A big thing is whenever a YouTuber switches games, like literally the whole audience is like, alright, bye. You know? I mean, I would advise like just seeing what he's up to. I mean, he's still around. He's still uploading videos like all the time, you know. But I'm just like, damn, you know, like just say hello or something, you know. But as far as future projects go, though, that's like the biggest thing I've been thinking about too, because like the only real videos I've done for games is Metal Gear, you know. Like I've done like one-offs for other games. So, like I've done like, you know, the Neo, which is like Ninja Dark Souls, Samurai Dark Souls, or whatever. Neo, and then like what was the other game? Fallout 4. But like I wasn't as into it as like we're MGO, because I guess MGO it has like that's one thing. Even though there's so many problems with the game, there's so many like cool little things you can do in it that just like you can't get in other games. You know what I mean? And so I guess the closest to a new project I might be working on is with Overwatch. Just kind of like seeing how that goes. I've gotten really good feedback.
I kind of have like an Overwatch boner at the moment. That's like the only thing I'm playing.
Seriously. Like it's funny because people from like other games are playing it now, so you know.
But it's like, why make a video? Because there's like so much Overwatch videos out there. And it's just like,
I know. It's like, what can I honestly add into like the mix?
All the content already.
That's a thing too. You have a more popular game, you're gonna find. But that's when you try to. It pushes you to kind of like find something new. You know, think of a new perspective. You know.
Yeah, that's like I said. Like MGO is not going to last long. We need to find a different online game.
Yeah, it is dying off.
Well,
Overwatch.
Well, Doc, it's kind of dying, but there are some people coming back that I've never seen before, that I've seen before that are coming back.
Well, I will say too, like what's kind of like blowing up the population numbers is with the sales of the game, because I've been seeing a lot of F-ranks, a whole lot of F-ranks in like these.
Oh, Steam sales.
Oh,
Steam
yeah.
sales.
Oh, whenever the Steam sale come back, I'll probably come back and wreck some news. But
Wreck some
Or when the new DLC comes out, people will come back.
Okay.
Or that.
Seriously, I just want to know: are they still supporting the dang game? I just want to know. Like, I'm in the dark. There's no like, we call it designer notes. No,
yeah, I'd have to hit up Peeler on that sometime.
Yeah, I'm just going to say one thing though. Let me just say one thing though. When you say about supporting the game, I have noticed one thing. I don't think they actually even care for the game, because everyone, about the whole pachinko, MGS3 pachinko.
Oh yeah.
Konami's more bothered about that. Seriously, it's like, the whole staff is just working on that, and probably one guy is just looking after the servers.
But you know what else is kind of interesting that I kind of found out? The code for Sabotage, the one they put in the DLC and all that, and you're like, oh, hey, we're working on new fresh content for you. Sabotage was actually already in the code when the game first came out. Like, it was actually made from the LA studio.
It was originally planned to be part of the game, but due to the LA team getting shafted, and then the dev team the JP dev team taking over, it's just like, we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Which is like, even then they still didn't have enough time, because they had to delay the actual launch of the game.
Yeah, that's the crazy.
Yeah,
I think that really kind of
MGO
effed it up too.
MGO was supposed to come out the same day as Phantom Pain, but LA got fired and the Japanese took it over, and month later the online came out.
I have a problem with people kind of giving shit to the LA team, because when the MGO launched, that first version, that was all of the JP team, because a lot of the concept and the design for MGO, the LA team kind of made it, but once they got shafted, and then the JP dev team, they kind of switched it around to be a completely different game.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
So whoever's out there who shits on the LA team, make sure that do note that it was the JP team that launched the first version of MGO.
One other thing too that's kind of interesting, when people talk noise about oh wow, the weapon balancing was so crappy and all this other stuff. Well, I mean, I don't know, what if it wasn't the actual LA team that did the balancing at the end of it? You know what I mean? Because a good example, the guy that did the main gun balancing for MGO, he's one of the main gun balancers for Uncharted 4 with Naughty Dog right now. So it's how could you go from such a broken system for MGO, but then have such a really good system for Uncharted? You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Oh, is that Green Spartan 10 guy? Yeah, on Reddit. Yeah. I find it funny on Reddit when people actually message him going, "Fix your damn game," and he's like,
he's not there anymore.
I'm working at Uncharted. Stop messaging me. I actually have seen Reddit posts literally tagging him in, going, "Fix your shitty game," and he's just sitting there, must be going, "What the fuck?" Seriously.
They need to take off Green Spartan from the dev team's sidebar.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's not even working on the game anymore, so seriously, Flash Medallion, if you're listening to this, fix your damn subreddit.
Oh, dang.
Seriously.
Make some new mod, because obvious not all the mods fucking working on this shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's you kind of tell, man. Even the subreddit.
Do I have to message you for every time I see some stupid shit on the subreddit?
I'm also being mod myself,
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you two people as well? So stop calling Robert Peeler this and that. I'm friends with Robert Peeler on PSN. I'm actually friends with him. People are pointing the finger to him, most of. I know he's the community manager, but still, he's kind of with us.
Directly in
that guy, he needs to get some credit, because he takes a lot of shit.
He takes a lot of shit from the fans, and the fans thinks he's over Metal Gear Online. It's not him.
Well, I think he made a post a little while ago. It was he's not he can go over to the Japanese office real quick and be like, hey, you're changing all of this. All he can really do is give you a list of names that ask for feedback. They can't actually tell.
Yeah, that's all he does. He goes and asks the teams, guys, the community said, oh, there's a glitch in Black Side. There's a glitch. The people found a glitch in Red Fortress.
Yeah, stuff like that.
And Robert Peter just reported them stuff to the Japanese development team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's
So
more or
if
less our voice of reason right now.
Yeah, he's
our only connection to Japanese.
That's what I'm trying to.
He did mention that there are also other community managers for other regions. I'm not sure who they are, but
yeah. Because I only hear it.
Yeah, but
Peter.
he's
basically
for
our
us.
main person right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But people are giving out about him. They say, "Oh, Robert Peter doesn't do nothing." Robert Peter does do things for him. I give him really big credit. It's just the Japanese development team. They're not giving us.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say one thing though. Let me just say one thing. I mean, I don't mind the guy. You know, the guy, he does hard work. He takes a lot of shit. But I have to say one thing in defense of the people who are against him. It doesn't help the fact whenever somebody asks a question, Rob Peeler says, "Can you do this, this, and this?" Or "Please, can you suggest this from me?" He always comes up with really bad answers. He always says like, "Too much effort." "Oh, sorry, I can't do that." And it's like, you know, you're the community manager. You know,
I think it's because of all this salt kind of rubbing off.
Yeah, you got to really go into depth. You know, you got to say, "I'm sorry, we can't do this because this and this and this." But you can't just say, "Oh, too much effort," because then people are going to turn against you.
Like, yeah, because it's kind of like, it's not enough information. It sounds like you're just shrugging our concerns off or whatever, yeah.
I mean, you're our representative, and if you're just shrugging answers off like that, I mean, you're not really doing... Well, he is doing a good job. He is really doing a good job, but it just doesn't help you, Rob Peeler. I'm just saying.
I know what you mean. Well, the thing is, too, is that he just doesn't get any information. You know what I mean? Because even with, like, whenever you do the live streams announcing the first DLC content, literally, like, not even a few minutes prior, he had just found out about the information. You know what I mean? And so they don't even tell him anything.
Yeah, because the Japanese team, they say, "Oh, Robert, just say this."
Yeah.
If someone asks you, "Oh, when's the new update?" just say, "I don't know." That's what the Japanese are probably saying to him. That, "Oh, I don't know." Just tell him, "I don't know."
Yeah,
I wouldn't say the Japanese are telling him to say, "I don't know." I just think he'll say, "When's the new update?" and the Japanese just give no answer. So that's why he says, "I don't know."
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he should say stuff like, "I don't know, but I reckon it's going to come at this point of time." He shouldn't just say, "I don't know." Too much effort.
I definitely know.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely agree with you, because that's how you're supposed to do it whenever you're like the poster child for a company. You sort of demonstrate good like service, customer service. But I mean, I can still kind of understand his point of view too, because I mean, he does get a lot of flack like all the time. So
yeah, he does.
It just gives you freaking thick skin. You just don't care anymore. You know, so that's what I'm just appreciate. He's still like even answering questions. You know what I mean?
Whatever you do, don't piss him off. Don't do it.
No, because I can tell you from personal experience. I mean, obviously, I've worked retail and I've done a lot of customer service like that. But I also used to work for a telemarketing company. They ended up being like hella like corrupted or whatever. But I've had my fair share of just really horrible feedback and horrible people. And after a while, either you just get sick of it, you don't even want to deal with these people anymore, or at one point you just stop caring as a way to cope with all the extra stuff that's going on. Not saying what he's doing is justified, of course. You know what I mean? That's so pretty fucked up. But at the same time, I understand why he does it like that.
Just hate life so much that you want to get revenge on it. That's my motivation of life.
Just become Khai, basically. Just become villain.
Just become villain.
Fueled by revenge.
I played with MGO, was it 2 weeks ago? And he's a really nice guy to talk to. He's a good person to talk to, Robert Peeler.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can imagine, it could be like that, but I think it's just if people give him respect, then he'll give respect back.
Yeah, but people, I told Professor Kyle a number of days ago, people don't have patience.
Oh, yeah,
I know Konami doesn't fucking listen or anything, but I talked to Robert, he said, when's the new update? He said, I actually don't know, mate, because, I don't get information that quick. And, like I said, people need patience. Give Konami a chance to release these updates, but people go over the moon and say, "Motherfucker, fix this motherfucking game, and you're motherfucking sick of this stupid fucking game."
I think it's also because we're in the dark on like what the status of the team is, if there's even like a large staff that's even doing the updates. Because a good example, it's easy for, especially me specifically, to compare this game to like other high budget games. Like, for instance, I think well, Overwatch is kind of hard to compare to Overwatch because, of course, it has like millions of players. But there's like a balance issue with Overwatch. Within days, they already got that stuff hot fixed. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, Uncharted, they had patches like within days as well.
Mm.
You know, and so like when
But
you compare it to
MGO's
that,
just like
you know,
an update every 2 months or something. It's
Well,
ridiculous.
that's
But
more or less because like the dev team have to message
bundle everything.
Sony and Microsoft for an actual patch.
Yeah.
Like they have to go through
Yeah,
that
'cause-
process before they actually can do that update.
Yeah, everything has to deal with the consoles company like
And-
Sony, Microsoft.
The worst part about it is like they can't really update as fast as they can because they have like Metal Gear S5 and MGO on all platforms.
Yeah, that's true.
How are you going to update that fast?
On that many platforms.
Like
Granted-
Uncharted, which is only on PS4.
Grand Theft Auto.
Anyway,
Why?
go on. I'm just going to say I was going to cut this podcast a bit short, but
Oh,
what were you going to say, DR? Because I mean, it's been over an hour now, so I don't want to drag it too long. But go on, DR.
It's having such a lively conversation, you know?
Grand Theft Auto 5 is out on all platforms, and Rockstar does an update every couple of months. And people have patience for that, but they don't have patience for MGO.
I think it's just because they have a lot of features, though, compared to MGO. That's why.
Well, Grand Theft Auto was losing views because what Rockstar's been doing. But since they brought out this new update this week, there are more views coming. If Konami brings out a big update like Rockstar did, they will get more more members if they
Exactly.
listen to us.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the usual where we have an MMO, like World of Warcraft, for instance. Whenever you open up a new expansion pack, that's when everybody that was taking a break for a few months comes back and plays the game
Yeah.
a little bit.
I mean, that's just how gaming
That's how it
works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's why a lot of companies focus on expansion packs.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to cut this podcast right now, so, don't do too long. I'm just going to end it right now. So I'd like to thank my guests, Professor Khai, DR Solid, and Senford. Have you got any last words, any three of you?
Hey, I think I'm pretty solid.